Okay, hello all and welcome back to another new video. In today's video here, I'll be showing you how to use cheats on some of your GBA games for Pokemon, for example, through an emulator called No GBA. That's this one here. Um, I recently made a video with a full tutorial on how to actually use official cartridges for your backup so that you can copy the games off them onto your computer, and how you can also copy the save files off these so you can copy them to your computer, use the cheats and all that sort of stuff in the emulator on your PC, and then copy them back onto the official cartridges. So if you'd like to learn how to do that so that you can actually have the cheats on your official games, please feel free to watch this video that I've recently posted and only went up a day or two ago. Also, I'll put a link to it in the description. Now, in that video, I also linked to a sheet that I created, which in this sheet here, it's got a list of cheat codes that I've tested to be working on a No GBA emulator. So what I'll do is I'll put a link to this in the description. I'll put a link to the tool in the description as well, the emulator, and I'll also put a link to this video. But first off, let's start by going to the download page for No GBA. So click on the link or go to nogba.com and just go to download section, and you're going to pretty much click this download here, which is the latest version. Don't worry about the debug version unless you're creating apps. You don't need that. Download this one here, save it to your desktop, and pretty much all you need to do is extract it. You'll get a file that's just no GBA. Put that into a folder, name it whatever you want, and it'll build everything else around that for you. Once you've gone and done that, you just want to make a folder called slot. And in this folder here, you need to put the ROM that you've created. So either created or obtained, however you've got it, you need to put your ROM file in this folder. So I've copied this off my official game, which you can see in the other video that I'm going to link if you want more details on how to copy it off. This one here will only be, this video here is only about how to use the cheats in the game. So pretty much once you got that set up, you're going to want to load up No GBA, and you're going to want to load up the cartridge. So yep, as you can see, I'm just going to put the volume down so you can hear me over it. It runs like normal, because it's the game, I guess. Load into the game. Okay, so as you can see, the game is working fine. Now, there's going to be a list of cheats. So like I said, the cheats that I have, I'm going to put in this link to you. So in this file I created, you're going to have pretty much this page just tells you how to use it. If you look down the bottom, so far I only have Pokemon Emerald in here. So click on that one there. And then you can see in here, these are lists of cheats so that you can copy them in. Also, I would like to take time to say this now. This sheet is public, so you guys will be able to edit anything that doesn't have the lock on it. So that means Pokemon Emerald. You can edit this and add other cheats to it. I would really appreciate it if you guys actually did that if you use this. So, for example, if you're testing this on like a Game Shark or something, or an Action Replay or anything, just color it in on the side here if it's actually worked for you. Otherwise, if you're testing it on Visual Boy Advance, color it in on the side here as well. I've colored these in green because I'm using No GBA and I'm certain that they work on that one there. Also, if there's, for whatever reason, some other emulator that you're using that I haven't included here, please feel free to type the name, to add another column for it, and then fill it in like green or red like I've shown you here. Green if it works, red if it doesn't work, and leave it white if you haven't tested it like I've done so. And yeah, if you want to do a cheat sheet for another game, just go down here onto duplicate this and just pretty much right click on it, duplicate. You'll be able to do that because it's unlocked to do that, and then just name it whatever game it is. So maybe Pokemon Ruby, just for example, if you decide to do Ruby, and then just fill it out like the same. But anyways, let's go back to Emerald, and we'll go back into the emulator. So I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to show you how we're going to add the cheats. So if you go into the utilities section and you come to cheats, I've already got a list of cheats here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to quickly remove these cheats so I can do it from fresh and show you. So this is the cheat file that's in in No GBA. Without this file, it won't work for you. So I'm going to just go no GBA .cheat and I rename it to .back because that's the way that I know that it's the backup cheats file. Now if we go in here, I think it should not show the cheats. Okay, it does. Let me try again, refresh it. Okay, I'm just gonna reset the emulator and it won't come up with cheats this time. So if you go load Pokemon Emerald and then you go to utility, see how there's no cheats. Okay, great. That's how we want it. So what you want to do is you want to get the cheats that you want to use now. So this one here is a master code. This one is a tested master code that works. Now you 100% need to have this, otherwise it won't work. And I'll show you how I mean by that later. So what you're going to do is you're going to need to go and click on add new when you're in the cheat section. It's pretty straightforward in this sense. Copy the name, go back to here, paste the name in the bottom box. I know it doesn't really say that, but that's where it goes. And then you're going to copy the code, which is this section here, and paste it into the code area. You're going to want to click code breaker because that's what this one's for. See how it's in the section for code breaker. And then don't worry about clicking raw. You don't need to do that. Just click OK. And it'll come up. It's got a question mark, but don't worry about that. That's just because this is a master code. It doesn't really matter. And I'll show you how to use the next cheat. Now, we won't go to the action replay one just yet. We'll get to that in a minute. But what we'll do is let's go to, for example, access fly map. We're pressing select. This one's an easy one. So we're going to go copy. And we're going to go add new. And we're going to paste it in here. Remember, code breaker ticked. And then we're going to go over, copy the cheat code itself and paste it in here. Press OK. And you can see you've got a tick box here. So what we'll do is we'll just leave it as it is for now. And I'll go into the game and I'll show you how it works. So let's go into the game. Okay, so again, I'm here on the bike. So you can see here, I can't really show you me pressing the buttons on the keyboard, but obviously you know to get to the fly, you need to go into options menu, and then you need to go to whoops, no, not the bag. You need to go to the Pokemon and then click on the Pokemon and it has fly and fly. All of that sort of stuff. So with this cheat code, I'll press select now. You can see nothing's happening. I'm just riding the bike. So if I press utility, cheats, and then we're going to enable this cheat. So I found from experience that if you just tick it, it doesn't always work straight away. So what you need to do is, I recommend you tick it like this, then click edit, then click OK, don't change anything, and then tick it again, and then press OK. So now if you go back to the game, look, we'll move around a bit, left, right, up, down, doesn't really matter, any combination doesn't matter, and then just press shift, and as you can see, we've got the big map now. So this will let you fly around anyway, pretty much, in the map. So yeah, that's how that works. If you want to exit it, just press back, and as you can see, it drops you into the bag menu anyways. So yeah, that's how you do use that cheat there, for example. Now, just to show you what I mean, we'll add another cheat. So some of them sort of work and sort of don't work at the same time. So what I'll do is I'll get you a cheat code to go to Faraway Island, for example. So this one here is a warp code. All you need to do is add this cheat, and then you need to walk through a door pressing L. So we'll go to cheats, and we'll go add new, and we're going to go paste it in here. And then we're going to paste this code into this section here, and we're going to press OK. Again, you can see the tick box shows up. That means that it's working well. We've got a tick box. So I'm going to deactivate the fly cheat, and now I'm going to go press OK just to say that we've deactivated the fly cheat. And as you can see, it's not working anymore, which is what we want. And then we're going to go into cheats, and we're going to go to Faraway Island. So tick that, press edit, then press OK, and then tick it again. And then press OK. You can try and do it without doing that, but honestly, that's the way I found the most success. And also, I recommend only activating maybe one cheat at a time from each sort of Action Replay or Codebreaker or Game Shark. That way it keeps it a lot better because the cheats back then weren't very stable, so one cheat could crash your whole game if you activate too many at the same time. But anyways, now I'll show you that this cheat's working. So I'm going to walk through the door without actually holding L, and you'll see I'll go into here, I'll walk out again, I'll come out. Now I'm going to press L and go through the door, and you can see here we are with Mew. Okay, so like I said, that's how it works. That's pretty simple. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to use one of the other ones. Now for that, I'm going to turn off the cheat because I don't need it anymore, and we're going to use the walk through walls cheat now. So this one here is an action replay cheat. So we're going to copy it, and we're going to come in here, and we're going to go to cheats, and we're going to go add new, and we're going to paste it in there. Now this one's a bit different, so make sure you pay close attention here. The walk through wall cheat for this thing, see, it doesn't work if you press Codebreaker. You need to place action replay. Anyways, it doesn't require a master code, and I'll show you how that works later. But what we're going to do is we're going to tick it, and then we're going to go edit, and then we're going to press OK, and then we're going to tick it again. Okay. Now we're going to close that, and as you can see, now I'm walking through walls. It's pretty simple in that sense. So yeah, that's how you do that. Now, what I mean is I will show you that if you try and deactivate the walkthrough walls shit, it doesn't really always work. So we'll just try and see what happens if we deactivate it. And you'll see it probably will still be active. Yep, see? This is the only one that I feel like doesn't deactivate and activate properly. So just remember that, keep that in mind. Now, I want to show you one more thing. These ones here, I think this one's Master Balls at the Pogi Center. I can show you that later if you'd like to see how it works. But yeah. Okay, yes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I mean by a master code now. So without this master code here, I'll show you what happens to these, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to, actually we can do this live. Actually no, I won't do that with this open. I'm going to close that. And now I'm going to go into that cheat file that it just created. So if you open, right click and open with Notepad or whatever, I use Notepad++. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. You can see here are the 3 cheats that we added just then. So what we'll do is I'll remove the master code. So as you can see, this is the master code, and I'll go Control X to delete that out of the sheet, and we're going to save it. So now I'm just going to close this because that's fine to close. And now we'll load up no cache GBA again. We'll load the ROM again and go into the game. So I'm back here because I didn't save. And as you look now in the cheat section, see how these two here have the question mark while they're missing the master code? That's because these rely on the master code in order for them to work. Now you can't just add the master code at the end and have them work, and I'll show you because I just want to show you that it won't work. Hold on, let me paste the code somewhere just while we do this. So I'm just going to paste the original code here. You can see it's an untitled notepad. I'm not using that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the cheat code from here. We're going to paste it in here. And then we're going to grab the name. And then we're going to paste that in here too. So remember, it's a code breaker. If you press OK, you can see this still saves with a question mark, which it should. But as you can also see, the rest of them have a question mark, except for walkthrough walls. This one doesn't need the master code. Now, even if we save it, close it, and then we go back and we go into cheats, you can see that they still have the question mark. And that's because they're before the master code. And I'll prove this to you by closing the game and opening it up again. And you can see here when it loads that if you go into cheats, it still has the question mark. So to fix this, what you need to do is you need to go into the cheat folder, open up the cheat file, and we're going to grab the master code, we're going to cut it, and we're going to paste it right on top of the rest of the codes in here, and we're going to press save. So now if we close this and we go back to the emulator, and if we go into cheats, it'll show you question marks for the first time when you open it, because it doesn't actually load straight away. It's a little bit slow. So what you need to do is you need to actually close the emulator completely to reload the file back in. Open it up again, and you have to start the game. Remember, if you don't start the game, it won't show you the cheats for that game. Okay, so start the game, go into the screen, and then go into utility, cheats, and bang. As you can see, they're all back, except for this one here. The master code will always show a question mark because you can't activate or deactivate the master code. But this is the code that's required to activate the rest of them. So just keep that in mind. And I think that's pretty much it. There's not much more that I can think of. I can show you that there's other places where you can get cheats from. So there's like this website called Super Cheats. They have quite a few cheats. I haven't gone through and tested everything, but that's where I got some of the ones that I was using in this video. So just go through their Game Shark codes and their code breaker and action replay codes and test those for yourself. So look, for example, you go click Game Shark codes for Pokemon Emerald. I'll put a link to their website in the description too, but pretty much you come here and there's like a ton of different people who post codes. So this guy posted in 2010. This was like a long time ago when you think about it. But anyways, go right click, show code, and this is the code for walkthrough wars. So I'm pretty sure this is the one that I have been using as well. Let's just double check and have a look. Walkthrough walls. Yep, 7881A. There you go. As you can see, that's the same one there. So as I showed you before, that's how it works. You can just copy the name, and there's other things here, like this guy has lots of codes. So if you open his one up, he'll have a bunch of different codes in there you can look at. These look like Pokemon modifiers, so you can play around with those as well and test those out. I'd love for you guys to update the sheet if you do find anything that works or doesn't work. And apart from that, that's it. There's lots of websites where you can download this stuff from, so where you can get cheat codes from. Just pretty much type in cheat codes for Pokemon Emerald. Cheat codes for Pokemon Emerald, and there's tons of different places where you can find them. It's just finding the ones that work that are going to be a little bit of a challenge. If you guys enjoyed the video, and please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. That way that you guys can stay tuned for the new videos that will be coming up, and you can always see the latest videos. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you can have notifications sent to you when I post a new video. Okay, thank you guys, and have a great day. Bye.